the algorithm, you know how like you were saying like people, they find their people, right? And then your algorithm becomes all the same and it's all people that agree with you. It's actually interesting, and this might be a little controversial, but I've already went there, so whatever. I was noticing that on Facebook. I was like, wow, like this is feeling kind of warm and fuzzy. This was a couple months ago. I was like, everybody's, you know, agreeing and like what's happening, and all of a sudden everything made a shift. But at first when everything made a shift and I was seeing all of this like argumentative stuff, I stopped myself and I went, oh, okay, this is good. I am seeing outside of my bubble where people don't agree with me.
Right.
I can learn from this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've been challenging myself ever since he was inaugurated. Watch his words. Don't watch the rhetoric. Don't watch all that. Just watch the words coming out of his mouth to try to understand what he's trying to get across, what he's trying to accomplish, what are people connecting with? Because look, we're in it for 4 years, and I try really hard to see the silver lining, and I want us to win, as I've said a million times. He is piloting our plane. I don't want our pilot to fail. If he fails, we fail. I don't want any of us to fail. My Republican friends, my crazy right-wing friends, I still love you.
You bet.
I don't want any of us to fail. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try here. But then even like I was excited to have those conversations, but you can't. Like as soon as I go on and I go, hey buddy, I fact checked this picture and this is where it actually came from. You know, please be responsible and do your research before putting this out there in the world.
Boy,
Respectfully,
did you fuck up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they're like, cult member. And I'm like, wait, what? Like here's the link on YouTube from 8 years ago. Like I'm just saying that that's not a fact. I don't understand how that makes
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's
I
crazy.
do know what you mean, and I will just say this to that. The bizarro version is that when you go out of your house and you go to a club to watch music and you're standing there amongst 100 or 200 or 10,000 people, we're treating each other with respect. We're letting people go in front of us in line. We're, you know, hey, I'll hold the door for you. Hey, how's it going? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
We don't bring this shit up. I could be standing next to somebody that I'm raging with on social media, but why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we leave our house and we don't act like that out in public, mostly. So where's the disconnect? Why do we need this place to be our ugliest self?
Yes, exactly.
You know?
It's funny because I'm feeling all of this because so much has happened on social this week. But I have this friend in my life, and he knows who he is. He's a big Trumper, and he loves to razz me about it in person. But it's like jovial. Like it's like he's poking a bear. He knows he's poking, and I'm like, you know, like we have this thing. But it comes from a place of love. I know who he is at his core. I know there are things he agrees about and other things that don't. And like I've come to like understand that. So we talk about all this in person, and that's the key.
Right.
I'm connecting with this person who I do know. I know how he feels. He knows how I feel, and we can razz each other. We can have that moment, you know, and we don't have to go there. But I don't understand, like to your point, I don't understand why we can't have that spirit of debate. What happened to a good old debate? Remember debate in high school and college? Like I loved it.
Right.
I love getting in the weeds because you always learn something from an educated person who has done their research and has formed an opinion. There's always something to learn. From any direction.
Yeah. Well, that's the point, because it's gone from it's gone from Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
To liberals and conservatives, or liberals and MAGA. You know? And so that conversation doesn't happen anymore, can't happen anymore, because we're so diametrically opposed at this point.
Right.
And it's an ideology. It's not just politics. It's not just policy.
Blue or red. It's not any of that. Yeah.
And the time for civil discourse has evaporated, and it sucks. It really does. And and eventually it will come back. Yeah. It's a pendulum thing.
Yeah,
that's right.
Of course.
But the pendulum is way the fuck over here right now.
And it scares me what it's going to take to even things out.
Yep.
That's what makes me nervous. And the people in power that are involved now make me nervous.
Here's the thing. It's fine. We can argue. We can go, you know, this side or that side. But even at that, you're getting it all wrong, because it's not about left or right. It's not about liberal or conservative or MAGA. That's not the ideology that we should be focusing on. It's top to bottom. That's what people don't get, is that it's these billionaires who are going to make themselves trillionaires while we're all suffering down here.
That's right.
Sitting there at the inauguration.
First row. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Even in front of the cabinet.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you look at the policies, you look at all the political stuff. I mean, and at the end of the day, that's really all we're talking about. You know, I've been kind of an anti-corporate guy for a long time, just because they gobble up all the other things and then fire people and they weaken the brand and they weaken the whole thing. Why? Because somebody up top can, you know, buy another yacht.
Yeah.
That's the fight we should be fighting right now. That is the thing that we should be enraged about. Not my side versus your side. Not you're a MAGA, you're a liberal. You're all missing the fucking point. You know, you're all missing the point, because the thing is, down here, the big part of down here, the 90% of down here that doesn't have billions of dollars, that's where the power is.
Yeah.
That's where the power is. But we don't. They keep us fighting in the mud.
We have to
watching our
it.
propaganda news.
Exactly.
We watch our propaganda. We go, no, my side's right, your side's right, and they're taking all the loot.
Yes.
While you're not looking.
Figure it the fuck out. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? And it's so obvious.
Yeah. I know. They're doing it right in front of our face. They're not even hiding it. I mean, there's been plenty of politicians that have done it behind closed quarters, and we didn't see it.
Yep.
Now it's on the front row.
Hey, France, thanks for the Statue of Liberty, but if you got any of them spare guillotines laying around.